Wait, we're playing Metroid? I thought we were playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
Talk about all
Ew.
dirty
With all
mods
the
I
new
got.
mods. What the hell, Goggle Bob?
I mean,
You
there's a
called me
lot of
liar?
dirty Metroid mods, to be fair.
And we might play one depending on how quickly this goes.
Okay, let's be real, fanboy. On the NES, there's like one.
Yeah, that's a lot for an NES game. So, this game isn't very fun.
Now, I do
It
not
is-
know if I 100% agree with that.
Okay, I have a take. Are you ready for my hot take?
Let's
How
all
nuclear is
exhaust
it?
all of our Metroid knowledge right now.
It's honestly not that hot when you come right down to it. I would say pretty lukewarm, but I like to call it a hot take so I can like feel like a real provocateur. Are you ready for my hot take? Here we go.
Give
My hot
me your
take
most nuclear takes.
is that Metroid is an important game. That's different from a good game.
Very.
I
There
do
wasn't-
see how you would identify that as lukewarm.
Yeah.
One hit and you lost almost 30.
All right, I
or
would
30,
say that okay, here's the thing, right? I would say that like almost every like modern Metroidvania, which is a word that will never go away because we've yet to come up with something better.
Search
Don't
action.
say search action.
Search action
Fuck
sucks too.
search action.
A Simon's Quest-alike.
Yeah, Simon's Quest like. That's just fucking what's it called? The most Catholic game of all time. The one we all played together.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous. No, the other one. The other one.
Infernax.
No,
Oh,
Infernax.
Infernax.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
very Catholic. Also extremely Catholic. That game is aping Simon's Quest. And maybe Axiom Verge 1 is aping OG Metroid. And that's the only game I can think of that is aping OG Metroid. Everything else is Super Metroid or fucking Symphony of the Night.
Agreed.
Metroid
Symphony
is
of
an,
the
ex-
fuck.
is an important evolutionary step that, after that step had been taken, never needed to be returned to.
I mean, I will say, and this is my opinion on Metroid, I mean, I am somebody, I think I've likely told this story on the stream before, but
And we'll hear it many times yet.
when I was like a young kid, I want to say like 4 maybe?
The tiniest babby.
Definitely, well, yes, it was definitely
God's
before I
smallest
could,
baby.
it was definitely before I could for real read. Because what it was I saw the Metroid box at a rental place. And I saw this character, Samus Aran, right here, with her little arm cannon out. And I saw the title Metroid starting with ME. And I said, well, that's Mega Man. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Like, ME, and there's an arm cannon, that's Mega Man. And I
That's
already,
Mega Man.
at that point, had played Mega Man 2. So I knew what I was in for, and I rented what I thought was Mega Man, but was clearly
How old
Metroid.
were you?
Like I said, like 4 maybe? Like,
Okay, that's you've got the excuse. You've got
yeah,
the
no, I
excuse.
mean, I'm
Yeah,
definitely not
like-
literate.
Yeah.
Like, I could identify letters and had a general concept of language, but not enough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
We were all tiny babby once.
so I definitely played this when I was like 4 and expecting Mega Man, and I can safely say I never beat this game. I'm not 100% certain. I definitely beat Craig because that was a minor accomplishment of my life.
So is this why you keep calling Samus Metroid Man?
Yes, exactly.
Metroid Man.
Why can't Metroid crawl? But
Well, for one, you didn't beat Crawl Man, you dipshit.
yeah, that's it.
I think Metroid is a pretty cool guy.
But I can definitely say that playing this game without an aim was fun. Like, it was like just running around Zeebs, and I had genuinely no idea what I was supposed to be doing, but I would find things and be like, this is the best day of my life. And to this day, I have imprinted on the screw attack like a baby bird and its mother. Because once I found that, it was like, this is the best thing in the universe. Like, this is
Yeah,
the,
no,
this is the
that makes
screw
that
attack,
sense.
and I am never never not using the screw attack in this game. So there's definitely fun to be had, but I can see how if you are trying to play it like a game as an adult, it is terrible.
I mean, I tried to play it as a child of 10, but I was a child of 10 in like 2001, so...
Yes, that's it.
In 2001, I was a child of 15, and I believe it was packed in with something, or I got it in one way or another.
It was included as part of a few different things around that time.
I had access to it in one way or another, and I was generally unimpressed. I think I tried to play a little bit of it, and then just sort of gave up. Tell me Johnny did a pretty fantastic review on it ages ago, where he described it as a good example of a guide game, a game that you really kind of need the guide to play.
I mean,
And yet, it's not
Because you were no longer...
Because you're no longer 4. You no longer can spend 300 hours just sort of running around the same corridors.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is definitely why it was fun when I was a kid, because it was like, who cares? I'm having fun. Oh my god!
The infinite game for the smallest of babies.
Yeah, and like when you're 6 and it takes you 8 hours to find a power up, you're okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
That just means
Good
getting
game.
that value.
Yeah, you were getting your money's worth.
You call it a guide game.
Which you did not understand the value of because,
Please
again,
let
you were
Genie
6. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, Genie.
I was gonna say you call it a guide game, but at the same time, it wasn't in the NES Game Atlas by Nintendo Power.
Oh, okay.
That is
Yeah.
100% true.
Ruined.
But it did
And yet-
appear with a complete atlas of one of the random issues where it was like a classic look back or something.
Yeah, something
I
like that.
definitely used that at one
Yeah.
point.
Okay, my second hot take is that I think Samus looks cooler without the enormous shoulder orbs, which become part of her official style in Metroid 2: Return of Samus.
Depends on the sprite.
I think her Zero Mission sprite looks pretty good.
Oh man, you ever seen the pre-release Zero Mission?
Where everything was goofy as shit.
It looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Did you see pre-release Kraid?
No, I did
Oh,
not. I'm
Lord.
having trouble remembering that.
There's a lot of very bad looking sprites in that pre-release version. They had like just an art style that was not working.
I'm glad they managed to fix it.
Now, the one Samus art that's always weird to me is the Captain N Valiant comic art.
Oh, she kicked ass.
I'm looking this up now.
I'm sorry, but that is definitely the first Samus I think of because I had those comics back in the day.
I did not, so I am pulling up. Huh. She looks. Okay, like, I could see this specifically setting all of my Twitter lesbian mutuals on fire. Their heads would literally go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, no,
From this art right now.
she definitely kicks ass.
Yes.
Like, you look at that and
Yeah.
you're like, yep, she kicks ass.
I look at that and I go, yep, she kicks ass, but I know the profile of somebody who would immediately try to die for this drawing.
And yet, at the same time, they wouldn't like the comic version of Samus because she was kind of into Kevin, Captain N.
Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't Kevin have a girlfriend?
That doesn't stop her from being interested.
Fair enough.
It becomes a problem if he reciprocates.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they would hate that.
And he mostly didn't, except for the one time where he fell into a time portal and the older version of him laid a smooch on Samus.
Oh, so he becomes more of an asshole when he gets out of high school. That's weird.
That is, yeah, like, I mean, like, we...
And yet, is it not?
I mean,
no,
usually you get better at hiding it, I would say, but I guess not for him.
I don't know, like I feel like there's like one kind of kid who is very much not an asshole in high school, who then like the second they're out of high school just like dedicatedly becomes the biggest asshole they can.
Also, what
And
was
there's-
the premise of the time travel? Like, was it a Kevin who had been stuck in Nintendo World for years, or a Kevin who came back like after he had found his way out?
He fell into one of those dimensional portals that take him to another zone or something like that.
Oh,
For
fuck
time
him.
trap. something like that where time travel or moved differently.
Okay.
So you're somebody
sitcom,
stuck in
sure.
another dimension.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
We've all
so
been there.
you can
There's
become
like-
more of an asshole in these dimensions.
There was like some question trending on Twitter about like you're in the latest game you played. How fucked are you? And I was just like, well, I'd be in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. And let's be real, if I was just in Hyrule, I would just go to Lurelin and never leave. That's like I get to bring my wife, right? That's a deal breaker. But otherwise,
That's the deal. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be not stuck in this game right now. My wife isn't there.
yeah.
Can I call her?
I don't think there's such a thing as a happy beat that doesn't have his wife.
Oh.
I know what I'm about.
We all know what you're about.
All right, good. As long as we're on
You're
the same
very
page.
forward about what you're about.
Yeah, no, I have very few secrets. What was I? Oh yeah, Metroid. I never enjoyed playing this game because the way Samus jumps and moves feels kind of clunky to me. Granted,
Always has.
I've only played it on like emulation. I never played this on the original NES.
It doesn't feel
Maybe
any better there.
no. Okay,
No.
so it's
I
just
played
so it's
this
just
with
a,
an NES Advantage. It doesn't help.
Why?
Because I played
Uh-oh.
everything with an NES Advantage when I was a kid.
At least you didn't play it with an NES Max, I guess.
Yeah. No, the back
But, like,
I was
sucks.
gonna say,
The NES Advantage
I had the
turbo.
advantage as well,
okay.
and I beat Mega Man 2 with the
Damn.
NES advantage.
So Mega Man 2 feels like really good to me. I think like when I play Mega Man 2, I'm like hell yeah, Mega Man 2.
Yeah, like that's a game
Yeah,
that
everyone
feels
does.
good. Metroid as a series is one that's always kind of gotten away with the fact that like actually controlling it doesn't super feel good.
I remember I haven't played Super Metroid in ages, but I remember like being annoyed by how many times you just sort of get hit and you're just supposed to deal with it. Like, yeah, obviously you're going to get hit here. Why wouldn't you get hit here? So I guess I always found that annoying. The most recent one, Metroid Dread, actually
That
feels
one's the
pretty great to
best
me.
feeling one.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
you know, I feel like I got confused. It's been a minute since I played it. I didn't beat it, but I got confused with like some of the controls pretty frequently. But on the whole, the actual like moving around and like the free aiming and everything all felt very good.
Yeah, they really made a dedicated move in Metroid Dread to like make it more of.
It should feel nice to jump in this.
Yeah. This shouldn't be pain at all times.
I always like watching speedrunners do some crazy
Yeah, you can
movement
get,
back in that game.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you can do some
I love
wild
that.
shit.
Also, like it was kind of built around the idea of being able to do some crazy movements. Like they've data mined it and found that like there's a ending cinematic for every version of Samus's armor, meaning that in the back of their mind they were like, okay, we don't know exactly how the speedrunners are going to break it, but we know they're gonna, and we're trying to encourage them.
It would be better to make sure that there is something the game can do that's acceptable instead of crash.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
So I'm finishing things out on my work, so I need to know what on earth is happening on the screen. Is Goggle Bob dying yet?
No,
Oh,
This
yeah.
is not going to be one of those games where I die a lot.
Well,
I hate
no,
to
you
say
don't
it,
need to
but-
play
that.
what.
I know
You
my
say
Metroid.
that, but like I believe, like in a few days, you'll be posting the part of Mystical Ninja where I'm just screaming, "Yes, yes!" as
That
he
is not
falls to your
Mystical
death.
Ninja,
I was
it's Great
about
Fencer
to say,
Musashi.
the fact that
Same
you keep
fucking
calling it
thing.
Mystical Ninja
It's
long
not.
after we played
It's
it.
about a ninja, and he's mystical.
It's not! He's not a ninja!
He's a samurai, whatever.
Those are
What's the
different
difference
things.
between a ninja?
He's a ninja that sucks at stealth.
Why are you like this?
Because I'm the bastard man,
You don't have to be.
but I can be.
What if you chose not?
Look, we all know that ninja and samurai come from Japan, so they are logically the same thing.
That's racist. Like, I agreed to being the bastard, man. I didn't agree to being racist.
It's weird to come back to this game.
How many hits those little annoying flying guys take? Like,
Well, you're also using the Ice Beam, and Ice Beam sucks for doing damage.
Yeah, this is why I got the turbo controller.
isn't the Ice Beam the last upgrade, though? Like,
Nope.
No.
no. Okay.
This does not have the same kind of upgrade tree that the others, where you get something and you keep it and it stacks on top of things. That doesn't exist in this.
So how's it work
you-
then? Like,
You get something
Like-
and that's about it.
I was gonna say, does the Long Beam stack with?
I think the
long
long
beam
beam stacks, but almost every other beam, it's like, oh, I guess I need the wave beam now to go find a wave beam and replace my current ice beam.
Yeah, well, the fun fact
Yep.
is you never need the wave beam.
Can't believe you'd say that.
I mean, you can, like, need it because you suck.
wow.
Wow.
Wow, Goggle Bob, Goggle Bob feeling himself today, huh?
I am high on Metroid energy.
You know,
Are you
like,
sure that's not just a hyper beam?
we all just, I know, but like, I say all the time that we bully Goggle Bob on purpose, because we do. But, like,
Eventually profit someday, you keep claiming.
I'm profiting like crazy off of it. I don't know what you're doing wrong.
You're not fucking profit sharing, you piece of shit.
Well, maybe that's why I'm profiting so much.
Share the wealth, asshole.
Damn it.
You'll manage this jump eventually, Goggle Bob. I believe in you.
No, it's a matter of jumping at just the right time so I can get back in that block. There we go.
Now,
Pretty good.
fool!
It's funny how Metroid 2 was the first one to put the downward shooting while you're jumping.
No, this is... No, this is something, yeah, I have to...
Bomb
Yeah, which that was a very important... Well, theoretically, I can either do the bomb jump or I can actually get that thing to get up here. And then I can ice it.
You're probably better off just bomb jumping.
Let's figure out what is the rhythm I have to do with the bomb jump.
We all believe in you, Goggle Bob. Except Fanboy. He doesn't believe in you at all.
I mean,
wrote-
I'm mostly indifferent to the proceedings, is the bigger
He
problem.
sent me a letter via the mail, written in parchments, on quill on parchments. It was and it like had all that like old English spelling where the S's look like F's, and it began with just the words "fuck Goggle Bob, he a bitch at Metroid." And
Are you sure he didn't say
"Fan-
suck?
No, he said he a bitch at Metroid. And I was like, Fanboy, are you sure you want to use that? That's kind of a gendered insult. We're kind of like trying to veer away from that. And he was like, no, I feel strongly about this.
Yeah,
Putting
no.
some very,
I'll come back
very
when I get
confusing words in my mouth. That suspiciously sound like your words.
I don't know where you came up with that idea.
Like, I don't know, like, I just, that particular grammatical cadence is more a you thing.
How dare you? You have besmirched me, sir. I demand satisfaction.
You'll never be satisfied, though.
No, I won't. Wait, do you have to, like, lure the dumb, like,
I
sine
was
wave
trying to
monster
do
up
that,
there?
but I gave up.
Is that how that works? That seems like
It is a thing you can do.
seems like a
But
very.
It's just like the Varia suit up there, so it's not like a big deal.
What's the Varia suit do in this game?
It just makes your take health half health. I could technically beat the whole game without it.
It's the barrier suit.
Yeah, Varia.
Oh, is that how? Huh. I never would have guessed.
I'm not sure if that's ever been confirmed, it's just the best guess people seem to have.
I mean, if you look at the words,
I mean, it's not a bad guess.
it's
by
kind
any
of like how
stretch.
this was originally Zabeth, but it is definitely Zeebs and everything in the future.
Zebus.
Zebus.
Curly Zabeth, as in like Beth.
Oh, did any of you guys see my terrifying visions of the future of the MCU thread today?
I did see that, but I didn't have time to read
Yeah,
it.
they were much kinder than I would have gone with.
That reminds
I think the best part of that whole stupid thing was Armor Wars being Armoire Wars.
Sounds more exciting.
It's literally a 2-hour documentary on the history of wardrobes.
It's much more daring than it
I
actually
did
did.
have to say that I legit would watch Kingpin and Daredevil debating Catholic doctrine for like an hour.
Oh, not an hour. 13
8
hours.
hours. Oh yeah, 13 episodes per order
Yeah.
for that. Like that
My bad.
Yeah.
absolute devilry.
Like, I loved Daredevil season 1. I still love it. I put it on for shits and giggles not too long ago and was like, all right, you know what? The entire Defenders experiment sucked ass on the whole, but damn, that first season of Daredevil was some good TV. That was a good season of a blind dude who's actually can see better than you, beating the over-loving fuck out of everyone.
I mean,
I'm on board.
I do love what you call it. I do love Zatoichi.
Yeah, Zatoichi, yeah, exactly. But like the idea of Kevin Feige being in command, and I am 100% convinced Kevin Feige once saw like somebody actually punch somebody else and was like, oh dear, no, that's too much.
Not too much. What if he had been hit with a laser?
You have to figure Disney at this point. Like, we talk about the fact that like Netflix and Disney Plus don't actually release actual viewing ratings. Like, Disney, I'm pretty sure, not only knows exactly how much and exactly what shows they have that have been successful. I guarantee you they also have statistics on the average eyeball usage of anybody watching and exactly how long they're watching and exactly
That's what Movie Phone said it was going to do.
What was that?
That's what Movie Phone claimed they were going to do. They claimed they're going to use advanced AI to pause the ad when you looked away from it.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure Disney knows exactly what that is.
I wouldn't trust any fucking program to actually do that successfully.
Oh yeah, no. No.
Well, which one was it that had patented the idea that you can shout McDonald's at your TV?
Yeah,
that was
Microsoft or
Bitcoin
Sony,
shit.
I can't remember which
I
one.
think it was Microsoft.
McDonald's!
Sony was the one that patented a little robot man telling you to murder things. Still don't know why that happened.
I still think about that incredible
Somebody
4chan
was
post about please consume Ducan to continue.
Please crush Ducan against your head to continue.
Please say code word, and the gamer just mid sob screams to his TV, Doritos, do it right.
No, we heard you pronouncing do with an O. You did it wrong.
And at one point, your mom walks into your room to grab your laundry hamper, and it's warning, unauthorized viewer, acknowledged. System canceled. Your open verification can to continue. Oh man, they want to make it so powered to watch TV. They just want stats.
There's this entire corporate thought process that believes that their content is invaluable rather than extremely convenient, and the second that they make it inconvenient, people kind of stop caring about a lot of it.
Hey, guess what? They stopped TweetDeck today.
Speaking of,
It's go figure.
Did you just pause the game, or did my internet die?
No, I paused the game. I was
Okay.
considering my next move.
Oh man, a seahorse is shooting marbles at you. I bet if you collect all the seahorse marbles, you get a prize.
Yes, that's obviously what I
I feel like seahorse marbles is probably a euphemism for something, but I'm not sure what.
My seahorse
don't-
marbles.
Oh man, you got Pegasus
Seahorse
boots.
marbles.
Now I can go get the Varia suit if I want to.
Is this the high jump?
That is the high jump.
Good for you.
This is not Metroid music!
Yeah, but it's better than Metroid music.
That's some fighting words there.
Yeah, but it's true.
I remember when I was at PAX and I saw Metroid Metal play, and I was like, oh damn. You guys are
Metroid.
playing metal covers of songs. And like I listened to them for a good 20 minutes and said, oh damn, I don't think Metroid songs are a good metal basis. They're very atmospheric. They're very, of a mood. And that mood is loneliness and mystery. They aren't like fucking Creeping Death or Sky Hunter. They're not what I would call the metal that I am actively seeking out to listen to. I'm sorry, Genie. If you have to fight me now, I understand. You'll probably win.
No, it's fine. You just got terrible taste in music. We know this.
Wow.
That's never been a point of contention. Always been obvious.
I was gonna say that's true of everybody though. So
I'm rewinding. Fuck that shit.
I did karaoke this weekend with several of my wife's friends and old Talking Time alum Carly. And it was a ton of fun. We sang Dragula together.
Scream in the back of my Dragula.
Exactly. It was great.
Were their ditches burned?
You burned through the witches.
My bad.
Dig through the ditches,
Dig through
burn
the
through the
ditches,
witches,
burn
you
through the
dumb
witches.
shit.
You absolute fucker. You cretinous bastard.
Cretinous humanoid.
I do not know my Drugulas.
Dragula?
Dragula. Gogglebob, I've always thought of us as friends. I'm thinking that less and less today.
that man's never robbed zombie to a day in his life.
Do not rob zombies.
Dude, shocking no one, I was absolutely...
Goldilocks by Rob Zombie.
Shocking no one, I was the DJ at my high school for like 2 years. And
Did you play prom?
Huh?
Did you play at prom? Were you the spinning?
Oh, yeah, no, I had things to do at prom. But,
I never went to
No,
my
you
prom.
didn't.
Man, I went to one prom where I had 2 dates. I was the belle of the ball.
That sounds immoral. What the fuck?
Every time you talk, Gogglebob, I'm like, wait, are you cool? And then I think about it for a second, I'm like, no, you're not cool.
I just said I was a cool
It is
DJ.
not cool to live out a bad Three's Company
I was
plot.
about to say, it was
I was
basically
gonna say
something with
Archie
genre.
plot.
Like, that's how that rolls.
Gogglebob's sitting there mumbling the Three's Company theme song.
Come on, Nakamoto.
Gogglebob's sitting there wondering if he's Archie or Jughead today.
You
Nah,
either
that's
die in
cool.
Archie or live long enough to see yourself become Jughead.
You either die in Archie or live long enough to see yourself become Jughead.
Did you ever see the fucking absolutely hellish clip from a 1990 TV movie of Jughead rapping?
You shared it like the other week.
Yeah,
Good, so that's-
you
that's from
evidently
Return to
somehow
Riverdale.
forgot it. Yeah, Return to Riverdale.
Okay, full disclosure, fanboy, I almost never click links.
I know. And that's why I have to keep linking it until you have had to live with Jughead, with a extremely balding man playing Jughead, who is doing a rap version of Sugar Sugar in the whitest, most 1990 fashion possible.
God, the implications. I don't think.
He's also rapping with a child because Jughead has a child in this continuity, which feels immoral.
I don't think it's illegal for Jughead to fuck. I just think it's illegal for us to know that he fucked.
Alright, I certainly
Will not
step
accept
into the
Jughead
conversation.
Calscum, you came at just the time. What are your thoughts on the legality of Jughead fucking?
I don't know. He can do what he wants.
You sound like
Can
you
he,
were
though?
caught unaware by this question. Like, perhaps this is not what you
How's
were
the
expecting.
burrito?
It is heating up right now. I double burritoed today. I got one for had one for lunch, and I oh look,
You
look at
exercised
this.
and then are having one for dinner.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna exercise.
I'll
after
go just
joking you.
freeze them, for fuck's sake! You have the ice beam!
I'm trying to figure out how most effectively to die.
I would say you figured that out multiple times now. Because all of these ways are very effective at killing you.
The many
God, it
ways
feels
for
like an
Samus
honest
Aran.
goodbye.
Be glad
Hey, you
can't
got
hear the
energy.
continual beeping. Alright, now I'm trying to remember how I get down to where the screw attack is. Like, do I have to fight through a wall or something? Like that? Like, I think I have to go around the other side of Norfair. I want my damn screw attack.
Are you sequence breaking at all, or are you just?
No, I'm just
doing
kind of bumbling
whatever?
around. Super Metroid, like, I know like the back of my hand. The regular Metroid is like, I have a general idea of where I'm going and what I want to do. And what I want to do is have 11 health at all times. Come on, knock on my door.
We were discussing Goggle Bob's history of apparently being a sitcom man.
Apparently being a sitcom. No, but
What do
I
you
was
want?
going. What brought that up was the fact that I was a DJ in high school, and I had a very good friend who was continually, like every day, like, "Oh, dude, you don't play enough Rob Zombie," and it's like you understand that this is probably not the place where everyone wants to hear Rob Zombie every day.
Alright, I took my sweet time refilling my glass, so I assume we're no longer talking about Jughead.
No, we're talking about Rob Zombie again.
Okay, excellent, thank God. That's a subject that I have opinions on. Namely, that Rob Zombie is very cool and good, and I like him very much. Alright, so I know at the bottom there is supposed to be like lava, but it looks like just a big old shrub that you'd get your legs caught in trying to jump over it, and you get like covered in cuts, and it would just be a bad day.
Well, I mean, maybe that's what's happening there. I mean, we don't know if this.
Yeah,
this
I mean, it's
happens.
not doing that much damage, right?
Right.
It could be.
I mean, you would think lava would do more damage.
Yeah. Lava tends to be instantly fatal.
I don't even
Man,
have.
someone's just giving up to the lava the second they touch it. Or to you, but I'm different.
I would have swam out in a crease somehow. I maintain that guy absolutely would have.
The pressure would eat you alive. Well, what happens if it didn't?
What if it didn't, though? I just think I'd be different.
What if I'm built different?
Rip to you, but I'm built different. So, you've gotten quite a few upgrades, haven't you, Goggle Bob, right?
I've gotten a couple, yes. Not as many as I'd like.
You just exploded.
Have you considered upgrading better?
I mean, I've got 3 health. I'm doing my best.
I was playing,
Remember that thing you said about how this wouldn't be a game where you died a lot?
I mean, it depends on your definition of dying.
Cease to Live.
Oh yeah, if you have this like time time rewind ability like the Prince of Persia.
Yeah, it's like Samus has
That's
a
not
power.
how it happened.
Oh,
I fell in a bunch of spikes. That's not how it happened.
all we need is Goggle Bob just saying, "Wait, no, I got that wrong. Let me retell it."
I do like the idea that Jesus. I do like the idea that Prince of Persia is like continually just randomly mentioning times that he died to see if like somebody's paying attention.
He's trying to keep his audience awake, you know.
I ran directly into a pole that was just a bunch of saws on it, and I got cut in half. No, wait, no.
But I had you going there for a moment, didn't I?
I forget what was that reminded me of this concept, but I would genuinely like a branching action game wherein the character, like their personality and conversations and whatever, is 100% based on like how you're playing the game. So for instance, like take like a Devil May Cry style game, but if you're continually getting like F rank, your character is continually like, I don't know if we can beat these vampires. But if you're continually getting S rank, it's like, oh dude, I'm totally awesome. I'm just gonna make a cool statement right now.
You have to earn being Dante.
You have to earn being
exactly.
Dante.
And like you basically,
Okay.
if you continually get F ranks, you're basically goofy at all times.
I am Goofy.
I don't know if we could do this.
That sounded more like Davy and Goliath.
Whatever.
like-
man.
The closest I've seen anything come to that would probably be God, what was it? Oh, Metal Gear Solid 3. There's that whole segment where the guy who's super into torturing you and the other guy who's super into torturing you take your shirt off and are like, oh, my next line is dynamically chosen by how many times you've had to heal.
Yeah, which that would also. Oh, and that would be the other thing. If your character is like using like healing herbs all the time, they're just like totally numb. Like they just can't feel anything anymore.
They have become comfortably numb.
Oh,
You see what I did there?
I did.
Yeah, that one's for free. Just a little bit freebie for you all.
You don't get it anywhere else, but even worse streams.
Could be worse, I suppose.
We could be so much worse. We could be.
Every
I'm gonna do
week
it.
we get a little bit
I'm
worse.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We could be even worse.
Oh, the stream's over
Thank
now.
you and good night.
Samus, you're gonna have to save the world next time.
Save the galaxy.
Yes. Blow up. the
Possibly
world.
destroy a world to save the galaxy.
It's a small price to
I mean,
pay.
there were Metroids on it. What was she going to do?
Everybody hated that
I mean,
world.
Wow.
I maintain that Samus would absolutely hunt exactly one Pokemon to extinction. She would just be
Which
like,
Pokemon, though?
I don't know, man. What's like one that like isn't well liked? Or not even not well liked so much as just easily forgotten by the fandom. We have Pokemon fans in this chat.
Like you're-
Tauros.
Like just something that we wouldn't even notice if it was gone.
Yeah,
Tauros. I'm gonna
nothing-
say Tauros.
Tauros. I need to look this up.
No.
It's just a ball with two. It's just a ball with two tails.
Okay, 3 tails, and
Three tails.
yeah, that is
Depends
awful
on the tail.
regrettable, yeah.
My
No, they just
go-to
got
for
a remake.
Pokemon is always an
or-
Electrode/Voltorb because we were just talking.
No,
about
get out of
that.
here.
Yeah, no, those are fucking iconic. Like, I don't care if you
Yeah.
hate them. Everybody knows about Voltorb.
I
and
love
Electrode.
running into them now that we have games where they can just be out in the like main world, because now you can just see them like get really pissed off and blow themselves up before you can even try to catch them.
All right. I have gone to Pokemon.com, the actual Pokedex, and I'm just page downing through it now. And like right now, I'm still like in the first like 150. These are.
I got one
I never
Goldeen.
even played the first, and I
Oh,
know
well,
these
When
guys.
you go through.
I was gonna say Sea
Yeah,
King
so-
has kind of been popular on occasion.
So we're gonna be here a
Okay,
minute.
how about Seal? Seal is just a seal.
But then it
All right,
involves
sure,
the Dr.
Steel's-
Dugong.
I was gonna say I could see her hunting down Zubats Because
Nobody
they're in
likes
caves, they fly down.
Yeah, but they're Zubats. They're just kind of they're so dopey and adorable.
They're weird little guys. They don't have eyes because bats are blind.
Yeah, I get like why Zubats would be her target, but like I cannot imagine her hunting them to death on the basis that nobody cares about Zubats, because they're Zubats, you know? They're Zubats.
They're weird little guys. They're weird little dudes.
Okay, like when I get to one that I have not seen and when I look at the design, I'll go, well, that's boring. What about
That's just an
Starlings?
animal.
Yeah, that's just a bird. Starly.
So
It's
many
like
that are
not-
just birds. That
It's
you
not like
can't-
Pidgey. It's just
Pidgey's pretty
you know,
up there.
Pidgey gets like a pass.
Pidgey gets grandfathered.
Yeah, Pidgey's grandfathered in. Pidgey is the first Pokemon you're like, oh, this is just a bird. But it's the bird that you fought like in Pokemon on the Game Boy, right? That one gets grandfathered in. This Starly though, I don't give a fuck about this bird. Fuck this bird.
Children
I
who
would
grew up with a
protect the
DS
Pidgey.
might care about Starlight.
Okay, sure, all right, fair. What about
What's
clearly not
I was
that
going to say,
one.
I'm surprised you're not suggesting Pidgeydove, which is just a pigeon.
There's already a
Might be
Pidgey. We don't need another one.
Fuck. Okay, this is Control
Maybe
F.
Ditto?
is-
Oh, you can't
Oh,
get rid
no.
of Ditto?
You can't get rid of Ditto.
The Mac
Ditto's
Daddy?
iconic.
The Daddy
So
Mac?
can I give one that I just want to be dead?
Sure.
Mr. Mime.
I mean, okay,
fair.
I mean, yeah, we all want to, but like, you know, we can't.
Oh, like I want Mr. Mime to be a thing of the past.
Okay, Gothel.
Oh
I
I'm
no!
hate
going to
it.
get rid of that one.
The
I
internet
hate
is
her.
not going to be okay with that.
Well, the internet can find its porn elsewhere.
There's a Gardevoir, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
it's not
need
like
Gardevoir.
it's not like they're spoiled for choice or anything.
I think me and Petito once had a discussion about like how every Pokemon generation has one Pokemon that's just like, this is for internet perverts to want to fuck.
This
Just
one
one.
Dude,
is
did you
for
see that
the-
one
At
lizard?
least one. At least one.
At least one. Okay, what about Rockruff, which is just a dog?
Rockruff is a Rocky dog, and it turns into a werewolf? Excuse me?
Okay, fine. Ugh.
The issue you're rapidly running into is that every Pokemon is someone's favorite for some reason.
All right, all
I
right.
mean, for reasons I've never
Nobody-
understood, I really like Drowsy and Hypno.
Oh, I hate them. I
Oh.
despise them.
Jinx. Gotta get rid of
Jinx
Oh,
is
yeah, that
racist.
Jinx can
yeah,
go away.
no, fuck Jinx.
For the racism, Jinx is banished from this land.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
We
but
all
we're
hate
also
Jinx.
talking about a Pokemon that Metroid or Samus would hunt to extinction, and I feel like
She would
Samus
get Jinx to extinction.
Yeah,
She
Samus
would
would
take
be like,
one look at that
"Whoa,
shit
guy."
and go, no, you do not get to exist. We assume that Samus has, like, you know, a ethically complicated but still basically moral core.
Samus is generally not considered to be ethically complicated other than having hunted something to extinction.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's you know, that's dicey. That's in. I would say that's a gray area.
I mean, I have said before that Samus is probably a sociopath because, like, she straight up took a mission that ended in her blowing up her home planet. Like, I don't see how you mentally come back from that.
Drinking.
Death
Okay, fair.
can come from this broken heart, or it can come from this here bottle. All right. I still want to find the Pokemon that's. There we go, Mousehold.
No.
All right. Jeez. Gonna be here fucking ever.
I wonder when
I
Beat's
like
gonna reach the
Apple.
key ring Pokemon.
Klefki.
Klefki, yeah, that one could probably go.
I love my
I like
Keurig,
Clef.
man. I use that thing all the time. Okay. I don't know if this is a glitch because I'm not on Bulbapedia. I'm on the official Pokemon site.
Yeah, I
We do
know.
this shit proper. But where'd it go? Where did it fucking go? Maybe it was a glitch. Maybe it unloaded and reloaded properly.
Are you saying Klefki is hiding from you?
No, okay, here we go. Finzen and Palafin are the exact same fucking animal.
Oh, no. See, Palafin
No.
has an amazing ability wherein if you switch it out, it does a Clark Kent Superman thing, and then it comes back as a superhero version of itself.
Look, okay, I
It
don't
is
give
the
a
best
fuck.
Pokemon.
I don't
It
give
is
a fuck
incredible.
what you say. I'm taking a screenshot for this and dumping it in general.
Yeah, but look
You
at
all-
look at
look
Palafin
It looks like
Ultimate
it's
Form.
hard on the center, on the chest. That's the difference.
Okay, I just saw it. But still, fuck you!
Like, the whole idea behind Palafin is that it's like, oh, I'm just a normal
It's a
Pokemon.
superhero.
Don't you worry
Zero
about
to hero.
me.
Wow, I really hate it.
I mean,
fucking hate it.
it took forever for Pokemon to get a dolphin Pokemon, so I'm glad that they did something with it. Like, for years, I've been like, they haven't done a dolphin yet. What the hell?
I mean, I can't talk. My favorite Pokemon is Relicanth. I love that motherfucker.
You just love old fish.
It's old fish, man. It's just a fish, and he's sick of your shit. Does he evolve? No. Hasn't done that in like 20 million years IRL. Why would he do it
Not
now?
about to start now.
Yeah.
I am not doing this.
I said I'd be here. I didn't say I'd like it.
Anyway, it looks like you've made some serious progress, Coggle Bob. Like,
I mean, I
you
finally got
like-
my beloved Screw Attack, so now things are better.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just
The
going
original
for some,
Metroid isn't a very long game, is it?
I'm going for some
I'm
of
supposed
the
to be.
like more esoteric things just to see Zeeb, so to speak.
Say the
Leave me.
waiting for the best ending is what, 3 hours?
Is that? I think it's shorter, isn't it? Am I wrong? Somebody look it up.
Not me. I'm busy doing things.
I'll look it up.
I'm busy heating a burrito.
I was about to say, is Callie eating a burrito?
Here we
No,
go.
it's-
Metroid. Alright, Metroid 1. Here we go. Worst ending acquired by playing for 5 hours with suitless Samus or 10 hours of normal gameplay. Okay. Bad ending acquired by playing by 5 hours. That's just, okay, so worst ending is Samus looking away from you, kind of crying.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Bad ending is Samus holding her fist up. Fair ending is Samus with helmet off. That's for playing 3 to 5 hours, where you've noticed that Samus hair is a lighter brown. Whatever, fuck you. It's because of sprite limitations, dumbass. Good ending is Samus in a leotard. That's for playing under 3 hours.
So it
And
is
the
3
best
hours.
ending is Samus in a bikini, and that's for under 1 hour.
Oh, okay. See, I knew there was a even better. I'm going for reveal Samus's gender, but not.
Okay,
wow, shit.
I'm looking at the bad ending. Those are very obviously like boob armor. Like, I'm not sure how people didn't like saw this and were like, ah, yes, that is definitely a man.
Well, I
Well,
think
the instruction manual lied to people and told them. or
yeah,
said
that was the
Samus was a
confusion.
man.
There was like Samus, the totally male bounty hunter.
Yeah, that was actually something they did very deliberately. The Japanese version has to sort of go out of its way to use pronouns there.
He's so great. He's so cool. Oh, look, it's the wave beam. Fuck you, no. Talk to you later. Just wanted to confirm you existed.
Oh, the wave
Wait,
beam
which
was good.
Not in this game. I mean, technically, yes. It shoots through walls, and it's definitely like the #1 way to kill Ridley. But you cannot have the wave beam and the ice beam, and you definitely need the ice beam. And honestly, for the sake of having to go back and get the ice beam again, I'd rather just stick to the ice beam.
Oh wait, you can't have both the wave beam and the ice beam in this game?
Correct.
No.
Oh,
They
man.
didn't add dual beams until Super Metroid.
Yeah, no, you couldn't in Metroid 2 either. Which Metroid 2 very much gave you the beams in a sort of order that it was clear they were trying to do something with that.
And they were kind enough to give you an ice beam. When
Yeah,
you were
then
in
when
the,
you need the
Metroid
ice
area.
beam, like, you cannot not get it. But, in this case, you need the ice beam to beat Metroids, and the entire game is called Metroid, and pay attention, people.
Okay, like, I'm gonna say this. Every time I look at Samus's sprite, I immediately, and my eye is just drawn to her butt, impudently jutting out.
Oh yeah,
That
it
is
does have,
a-
like, a little back pixel thing going on there.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I never noticed
Like-
as Samus's badonkadonk.
I'm just saying, like, if I were a horny, like, video game designer, and the year is, what, 1989?
No, this was like 86.
I was about to say even earlier.
The year is 1986. If I needed, like, to, that is the choice I would make to make sure everyone knew that my, lady bounty hunter had a great ass. I'm just saying that's another point in the, how did people not know this, category
I mean,
for
I
me.
will have to say that until you pointed it out just now, I've played this game dozens of times, and I never really noticed the pixel ass.
Okay.
Sprite is relatively abstract.
I'm just saying, like, I couldn't not see it. I've been staring at it this whole time, going like, damn, that is, she's got that jut.
He's got that.
Question.
Excuse me. Notepad, when I tell you to close, I mean close, damn you.
Notepad is getting uppity. That is not a program known for getting uppity. You must be doing some truly next level shit.
I could not tell
I
you
did
how many
not
different
do-
web pages I've built in Notepad.
If I'm making a web page, I at least use Notepad++. I'm not an animal.
Animal.
Okay. Manimal.
Oh, this is one of those levels with the gumdrops.
You ever think about short-lived television series Manimal?
No.
Yep.
What the hell is that?
What do you think a show called Manimal is?
I assume it's about a dude who's like also a monkey.
It's about a dude that turns into animals. That's it. That's the entire premise.
So he's the Animal Man.
He's Manimal.
No, Animal Man only adopts the powers of animals. You're thinking of Beast Boy.
Animals don't have powers. Animals just do shit.
He adopts the abilities of animals.
All right,
Like,
sure, fair.
If he's around a fish, he can breathe underwater.
These are also pretty much the same powers as Vixen, and yes, it has been pointed out. Now, once again, it's Beast Boy who can actually transform into animals.
I'm learning so much that I don't give a shit about.
I know who Beast Boy is.
Does come to think of it, does the Marvel Universe have a guy who just adopts animal powers?
I'm sure they do. I mean, Marvel and DC cribbed from each other all the time.
God, what was that
I don't think.
fucking...
Because, I mean, you have to remember that Marvel kind of made a big thing about the various animal people that is, like, you know...
The totems, yes.
Right. Well, I mean, even before they were totems, it was just dumbass, like, this week Spider-Man fights the Vulture.
Now I'm trying to, like, now I'm just thinking about, like, relatively, like, D-tier Marvel characters that have been integrated into the MCU, and I'm still, like, reeling from the notion that there's going to be a Wonder Man miniseries.
I mean, Wonder
Snowbird,
Man-
I could
After
Think
Vision
of.
is a wonderful choice.
I found out today, while I was writing my dumbass, I have seen the future of the MCU because I had a horrible vision from an eyeball at the center of the galaxy.
Did you forget to include Wonder Man?
No, I left that out on purpose. That's not what happened.
What is dead can never die.
Look, I pulled up like a list of all like the announced future projects, and some of them I just looked at it and were like, yeah, I'm not putting that shit on my fucking.
That's never coming out.
It wasn't even a that's never coming out. It was a fuck you if you think that gets included. Like, what if season 2? Go fuck yourself. Marvel Zombies, eat shit. Spider-Man
Oh, Marvel
freshman
Zombies
year,
is gonna be
fuck you.
fucking miserable.
Oh
Also,
yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna be awful.
I think Spider-Man freshman year is at least like a year and a half late from when they said it was going to come out.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it was, what
Spider-Man
if
Junior
season
year.
what if season 2 was supposed to come out at the start of this year? That didn't fucking happen. Also,
Yeah, that was before they had a writer's strike to blame it on.
oh yeah. They clearly hit a brick wall with that one. But I think what made me like happiest learning about that one was they released some like concept art of like a Native American superheroine or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Typical Marvel shit. And then I thought about like what's actually occurred in What If Season 1, where all of a sudden all the what ifs came together in some sort of big stupid crossover within its own show.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
Oh, it sucked ass. But
Yeah, nobody wanted that.
nobody wanted that. It was awful. And I just like saw this art of like this Native American superhero woman and was like, wow, I'm sure a lot of people like felt really seen and we're like really happy to see this. And they are all gonna be so fucking mad when she teams up with an alternate version of a arms dealer billionaire at the end of the season.
I mean, that is kind of the thing about the Marvel Disney stuff is that in the name...
Oh, it absolutely cannot comprehend a world where Peter Parker should be poor because Peter Parker has to be best friends with Tony Stark.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could write, and I almost did, but then I was like, no, this is not a good use of my time. But the sheer level of privilege on display with the Disney Spider-Man versus previous Spider-Mans, and how you could apply that to the Marvel Universe in general, was like, how could they not have recognized this? Because, like, basically, does anything...
Because they're made by a machine man.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing. But, like, does anybody care if I talk about, like, plot details of, what is it, Spider-Man?
No, obviously.
Spider-Man
Go for it.
Home... No, Far From Home. Was that what it was?
Homing?
Spider-Man, I believe you're talking about No Way Home. That's
No
the
Way
one where
Home.
Tobey Maguire and
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield show up.
Okay, so, basically... Just so, in case anybody missed it, Spider-Man in the the Disney Marvel universe has a magical wishing machine. Like,
Yep.
there's no other way to describe this. And it's
Tony
like,
Stark's is...
they
Yep.
kind of made a point about that the other Spider-Man, like, men, were kind of, like, not good in the fact that they basically let their villain die. Like, that was the only solution they had. And, like, they kind of make a point about how this Spider-Man is, like, it's a weird way of saying it, but doing the Lord's work and, like, making all of these villains better. Like, Doc Ock is like, oh, he just had a thing stuck on his head, and now he's better. But he's doing it because he has a magical wishing machine. Like,
Right, okay, yeah.
It's not
All right,
like he sat down and figured out how to cure the lizard. He basically just said to the magical wishing machine, make the lizard better, and it was like, well, here's the make the lizard better potion.
Okay,
Well, that was
um,
actually...
I do have
Andrew
a point.
Garfield.
I do have a counterpoint to that. And
Go
as
on.
loath as I am to do it, and Jeannie was already saying it. Jeannie, did you want to continue? I'm sorry to step
Yeah, I
over
was
you.
going to say, it's because Andrew Garfield already figured out the cure for it, and he just took his old formula from that and just redid it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, that is,
Yeah,
that
like
is
there's
true
an
for the
entire
lizard.
scene in there where like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire basically say, "Yeah, no, we got this. We've done this before. We've done this shit." He really only like within the context of the plot. I have seen this movie somewhat recently. He really only cured Doc Ock by himself. All the others were just the other Spider-Men doing their thing. Here's the other thing, though. You are correct. Yes, he does in fact come across as the best Spider-Man, which is absolutely intentional. Disney absolutely wanted their version of Spider-Man to be the quote-unquote best version of Spider-Man. Like the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man that everyone else should look up to, right? But them being Disney and terrible at all they do, they kind of fucked that up. They kind of screwed it up. Because in the end, their Spider-Man is not the best Spider-Man. the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is. He stops Tom Holland's Spider-Man from killing the Green Goblin in straight up cold blood at the end. So, in a way, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man is just a stupid kid who got stuff handed to him, and in the end had to be taught a lesson by a Spider-Man that actually worked for a goddamn living.
You can see kind of... oh, God.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Family.
I was going to say, you can see kind of a better understanding of the nature of Spider-Man as a character who has the world shit on him and remains hopeful anyway in the most recent Spider-Verse movie, where the fundamental
100%.
conflict between Spider-Man
the new Spider-Verse movie is fantastic.
like the fundamental conflict between the different factions of Spider-Mans is that like the Miles and his cadre are people that are have had terrible things happen to them and used it as a reason to continue to hope that the world can be better, and Miguel and his cadre are people who had terrible things happen to them and have nothing, are ruled entirely by fear of the world becoming worse.
Yeah, like their entire MO is that they assume that because terrible things happen to them, terrible things have to happen to you, or else you'll be a monster.
Or even just that terrible things have to happen to you because if they didn't have to happen, then oh God, why did I go through that?
Right.
Yeah.
Then why did it happen?
Yeah, it's entirely selfish. Because I picked this up even while watching the movie, like in the theater. I didn't need to look this up. Miguel says, Indian Spider-Man's universe is collapsing because the terrible thing didn't happen to him, and you're like, no,
it's the spot, buddy.
It's the spot, buddy. He was there. We all saw him do it.
Yeah, no, that was an invasive force.
That was an invasive force. That wasn't you failing to let a terrible thing happening to him. A terrible thing didn't happen to him, and he was still a good person who still tried to help because, the terrible thing happening to him was not the single point of all of who he was. He already was that guy.
The other thing I liked about that is that it shows for depressed dad Spider-Man from the first one, Peter B. Parker. It shows a good progression for him from movie to movie that he would logically in the first movie would have been on Miguel's side, but his life's improved because he had hope.
Yeah.
Yes, and arguably just straying from a friend.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have hope accidentally.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he also had a daughter. That's kind of a big deal.
I mean, yeah, the daughter is representative of that hope.
Which,
He's
if you know anything about the Mayday of the comics, is Mayday looked at Spider-Man differently than, or being the Spider-Person differently than her father did. Because she looked at it as, or he looked at it as, if I don't help anybody, people die. And she looked at it as, if I help people, then people live.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good distinction. I like that a lot.
The Spider-Girl comics are quite good. It's a bit of a shame that Marvel never really commits to that line.
Well, I mean, anytime there should be an article, I don't know if it's out there, on the many alternate futures of the Marvel Universe where they come up with all sorts of crazy crap, including Spider-Man 2099, Jermaine talking about.
Spider-Man 2099 is really cool.
But it also is concurrent with X-Men 2099.
The rest of the 2099 universe is less remembered for good reasons.
2099 straight up made Satan a character.
I mean, that part owns, actually, but...
His name is the magical Mr. Mephistopheles.
No, it's a different guy.
No, different.
I was referencing Cats, Gogglepop. God, get on my level.
Do not quote Cats to me. I was there when it was written.
Why were you there in, 1970?
Why the fuck are you hanging out with Andrew Lloyd Wright?
Breaks the laws of gravity.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew, whatever. Whatever.
He combined Andrew Lloyd Webber and Frank Lloyd Wright.
Right.
You can't prove to me that they're not the same person.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of evidence to suggest that they are not the same person.
I didn't say that there was not evidence to prove that they were the same person. I said you can't prove to me.
Well, he's got you there. That's
If
just
I'm
math.
allowing you to set the terms, then yes, I suppose. But I'm not allowing you to set the terms. They're not
No,
worth
you
listening
just did
to.
though. My terms are set.
Yeah, but I don't consider victory having persuaded you.
Oh, damn. Wow. Fuck, I mean, alright. Shit, I thought we were friends.
We are, but I also know when you're unpersuadable.
That's
You
not
can only
true.
claim victory if you persuade Roko's Basil.
Oh no!
My God. Oh, fanboy, did I tell you about the new kind of guy I discovered today?
Yeah, no, I saw the retweet, or at least the image.
I didn't retweet him. I didn't retweet him.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
talked about him on
I think you
Twitter.
posted it. I think you posted it in the.
I posted a
in one of our
screen
group
cap
chats.
in our group chat, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to like make this poor because like within like a second of like reading his profile, I was like, oh, this guy is like gripped in mortal terror of death at all times, and that's bad. I feel bad.
Yeah,
for him.
it's not a way to live your
It's
life.
not a good way to live. This is no way to live. I don't feel that like we should like seek death or like court death or anything like that. But
Well,
I
we should
feel
just
like
accept that it's a part of life.
yeah, I feel like accepting that it's a part of life is healthy. Like maybe just a little bit. Understand that death is part of life, and that there is something fleeting
Make
and
the most
beautiful
use
about our
make the
existence.
most use out of life because it's not infinite.
I am not here to do missionary work. I'm not going to tell you all that you need to find peace and hope in the Messiah, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Though that is what I personally have done. I mean, it's great. Ridley,
Ridley!
whichever.
Hey.
Ridley, he's a little smaller in this one.
He's a little guy. He's just a little guy, But I am
Kinda
saying that, like, it is. I would consider it healthy to, be able to accept that life is not permanent and that life is fleeting and beautiful in that way, and that we should respect it. And this is a case
I like
of
that you're
people
saying this while
absolutely
missing a
failing to do
speech
so.
Are you sure it's not healthier to drink the blood of the youth?
No, that's a different guy.
That's a different guy. Two different guys.
Oh,
Although I will say that it was super hilarious that this guy was very upset that the Less Wrong assholes back in 2006 came up with Less Wrong instead of Less Dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is the thinking on that? Like, does
There's an
is
entire
that
genre of guy who's like, oh, clearly they're solving something, but what if they had
His
tried to solve
logic-
dying?
His logic was absolutely clearly the Red Less Wrong guys, whose whole thing is that they believe that they are like they and the 50 people who post on their forum are the only people with rational brains, and everyone else is just some drooling idiot. It's
Well,
not a great way to look at the world. It's not a great
It's,
way to
it's,
look at the
a, it's a
world.
very unhealthy and deeply sociopathic way of looking
Yeah,
at the
no,
world.
it's actually bad. Turns out. No, but
who knew?
You saying something about them solving polyamory? That was weird.
no, he believed that they were all like using their super genius galaxy brains just to argue about AI and polyamory when they could have cured mortality.
just a lot of presuppositions. If they
Oh,
can't,
yeah,
if they
like-
can't resolve those questions, why would they solve mortality?
Yeah, like no, this was somebody who was like, I genuinely don't know why you didn't use your enormous galaxy brain to solve this instead of this.
I mean, is this why
Which
people
presupposes
think Elon Musk can
that
solve
Eliezer Yudkowsky has ever solved any problem ever, except how to be terrified by your own brain.
Like, is this 100% why people are like, oh, Elon Musk will solve us to the stores? He invented a credit card. Like,
He didn't even invent that. He has his name on one patent, which is the design of the charging port on the Tesla, like, charge port. That's it. That's the only
He
one.
also definitely didn't invent that. He just wanted.
Oh no, he
to say
definitely
that.
didn't invent that. He just said, "Hey, put my name on that," and his employees were like, "You got it, boss."
Just like Edison.
Yep, exactly like Edison.
God, that's sad.
He named his fucking company Tesla.
I know, that's why it's sad.
He's Edison. How do you fucking do that? Oh,
It helps to possess no sense of shame.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to Mark
It turns out
Zuckerberg's
that
house
there's a
right
lot
now.
It turns out you can get pretty far in life if you're audacious enough to just take credit for everything and have enough money to stop people from questioning you on it.
Yeah, but now he's getting indicted, so that's good. Oh wait, we were talking about Elon.
I mean, they're basically the same person.
They really, really are. I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say
It was amazing to me when I was doing my dumbass, hey, let's look at his replies thing, and realized all of a sudden, wait, was that why he said it would be his fight that was never going to fucking happen would happen in Italy? He wanted to hold it in the actual goddamn Coliseum.
He claimed that he would already had cleared that up or whatever. Like he'd already
Literally,
booked
the mayor
Colosseum.
of Rome responded to say, no, that's not fucking happening. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're making shit up. The mayor of Rome.
I mean, just the idea that he saw himself as a literal gladiator, I think, tells you everything you need to know.
No, I feel like what's even more important, have you seen a photograph
I mean, he's
of
fucking-
the Coliseum?
He's fucking ducking the fight, so it's like he
Oh,
can
he's
just
fucking
say
ducking
whatever
it. Yeah,
he
no,
wants.
he's absolutely a coward. He's literally saying we should have it in the Coliseum. And Mark Zuckerberg is like, dude, the UFC already said they'd set it up for us. We have we could do it.
Whatever
in
else you
Nevada.
want to say, I think that Gentle Creature does want to fight.
I absolutely
I-
believe, without shadow of a doubt, the Gentle Creature absolutely wants to rip Elon
I
Musk's
was gonna say,
entire head off like Scorpion.
If I was that monster, I'm pretty sure I would believe that I could beat Elon Musk in a fight. Because I'm pretty sure that there are very few people in my own life that I can claim that would not be able to take Elon Musk.
Musk has kind of got a couple inches on him and about 100 pounds.
I mean,
a couple inches on 100 pounds. I said those 100 pounds are not lean muscle. They're
I was
all
about
just,
to say he's kind of a doughy
52-year-old.
guy.
they're all 52-year-old
Yeah.
tech guy.
I'm not saying
the-
he potentially
the couple
couldn't throw
inches
a
I feel
is
punch,
like the
not-
real
but-
problem you run into is that Elon's the kind of guy who gets hit and starts running.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's he's definitely gonna
Yeah.
do that. He's gonna try and pull your shirt over your head, and that's his one move.
They don't wear shirts in UFC fights.
shit,
I don't
he's
know
dead.
if you know that, Gogglebug. Yeah, no, he's dead. But here's the thing, though.
His mom's not
General
gonna save him
Creature
this
is
time.
absolutely a sociopath. In many ways, he's worse than Elon Musk, right? This is all.
I was
you
gonna
know,
say, he's
well.
getting one genocide attributed to him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
this
is
is
straight
all
up is responsible for death.
This
no
is all
question.
extremely well documented. That said, General Creature also, I believe, has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is it a black belt or is it just a blue belt right now? I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
No idea.
I know he's
Way more
studied
belt
it.
than Elon's got.
I know he's studied it, and the thing about a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a belt is that they are, a bit more hard to obtain than say a Taekwondo belt. like there is an actual amount of prestige connected to a belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he has won a couple judo competitions. That means, and these are not fake competitions. These are not 9-year-olds at the YMCA. These are actual people competing who wish to become professional fighters. He's won a few of them. That means that he could fucking kill all of us. And he could absolutely fucking kill Elon. It's not even a question. There is literally no chance of Elon surviving. And that's why Elon is ducking the fight so desperately, by saying they should hold it in the crumbling ruins of a building that is 2,000 years old.
It's very telling when the larger fighter by a significant margin is the one ducking.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, why do you think he even thought this was a good idea in the first place?
Oh, he thought it
There you
would
go.
rile up his insane fans. And it has, in that regard.
Well, yes,
I mean, he thought it would do that, and he thought he wouldn't actually get called out on it.
Yeah, like he did not think he would ever actually have to do it. It's like when he called out fucking Vladimir Putin.
Oh God.
Y'all remember that shit, right?
No.
What long forgotten memories did I just shake loose?
God.
He was like, "Oh, I'll solve the situation of Ukraine by fighting Putin." No, he fucking wouldn't.
Remember UN give me a number and I'll solve world hunger?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then they gave him a number and it didn't work out.
He's like, no, I want to
Yeah.
see something else. He made some
No, I,
bullshit.
I, on second thought, I'd
I
rather
believe he
not.
spent like 3 times that amount on Twitter.
Oh, he spent. Actually, it's closer to 7 times. Because the number they gave him was 8 million. Was 8 billion. He spent 44 billion. So that's 5 times, not 5 times. Not 7 times, 5 times.
To be fair, though, that wasn't his money. That was all
Yeah.
Saudi's money.
Yeah, true.
Hmm. And I'm betting they're loving their investment at this point.
Well, no, because considering how important Twitter was in the, was it the Arab Spring a few years back?
Yeah, I suppose blowing it up is a certain kind of victory.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they'd rather
Yeah.
have been able to use it as an influence platform, but
But now at least people are advertising Bitcoin on it every 3 seconds.
God, all of my ads are for cryptocurrency, or for also for cryptocurrency, but written in the form of some insane fucking maniac's fan fiction.
I'm still like reeling from that fucking thing you retweeted into my timeline about like Harry Potter Obama coin.
I saw that too. What the hell was that?
An ancient ass meme backpack turned into a cryptocurrency symbol just because the only thing that these people can communicate in is like 15-year-old memes.
Well, let's not be reductive here. It was also a reference to Christine Weston Chandler. And like
Isn't the Harry Potter Obama backpack had Sonic on it, but
the name of the coin contains Sonichu.
oh, it does. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, just ancient memes.
I mean, ancient memes and no, I'm not even gonna say it on stream. I'm better at not saying it. You all know my past.
Yes, we know your past.
You all know my shame. I don't need to relitigate it.
I'm just saying that in that context, it's meme.
Oh yeah, no. In that context, is absolutely memes. I'm gonna refill my glass real quick. Here.
So recap of the game at the moment. Ridley has been defeated. I'm going to grab the barrier suit. And then I'm going to go take out Kraid. Who I may or may not have called Crad as a kid all the time.
Do they still call it in new games? Do they still call it the various suit?
Yes, it's
Yes.
Varia. I mean, we were talking about that it's Zebeth in the in-game description of what is happening here, and that's been converted to Zeebs. But Varia continues to be Varia. It does make it sound more spacey.
But we always called it Zeebs, but then they changed it to Zebus in Other M.
Did they change it back to Zebeth?
Thought it was always Zeebs.
No,
Zebus was the unofficial.
In this game, officially, when you start up the game, it says you have to go to Zebeth.
Well, yeah, they spell it Zebus, but it's always been pronounced Zeebs.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Wasn't much voice acting in my Nintendo games.
Yeah, but they talked about it in Captain N.
Ah, of course. Good old Captain N.
Sometimes think about how the creator of Captain N had a very outsized opinion about his writing. That was a guy who felt he had been held back by being forced to make the princess a character.
As opposed to what did they desire?
Like he just like he felt that she had too much agency, basically, which is impressive given that she does not have a lot of agency.
Yeah, no, she is mostly kidnapped, if memory serves.
Yeah.
But she is technically in charge of an entire kingdom. Like they do make that point.
Yeah.
Zelda?
We're talking about the captain and princess.
What's her name? Lana?
Isn't she basically
Lana.
Zelda?
No,
No?
because
Okay.
Zelda showed up in an episode in season 2.
I was about to
Yeah.
say she's dealt with Zelda. They get along.
Really? I thought they
Their
would hate
kingdoms
each
are
other.
friendly.
I just sort of like that was the vibe I got. They just hated each other.
No,
I just look at those two
Canaan
princesses.
hated each other.
Yeah,
that I can see.
feels much more fitting.
I'm
Since
wondering
that
which
Link is
Link,
not,
though, because
is not
Link's-
many.
All links are not created equal.
That Link is not far removed from the Zelda cartoon one.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be the
it's-
same one.
I was about to say if it isn't the same, it is like definitely like from the same vein.
I'm sorry, I'm now thinking of Legend of Beavis again.
That was amazing.
Legend of Beavis is the best thing that was ever done with the Zelda cartoon.
Yeah.
Just remember though, the Zelda cartoon predicted the bomb shield jump.
Yes.
It's true,
Holy
that was
shit, it
impressive.
did. That's in Tears of the Kingdom.
I guess she's
God.
basically.
Okay, so I have re-beaten Tears of the Kingdom and gotten all the shrines and everything. It is still an extremely good game. I don't know if I would say it's better than Breath of the Wild because the two of them are so intrinsically linked.
I was
it's
about to say,
hard
I feel like
separate
that
them.
way lies madness. Like trying to figure out.
Yeah,
exactly.
like
It's
Try to
okay that
figure
they're
out,
different
like-
enough to both be valuable.
they are both valuable and they are both like they're not the same game, but like I think in my mind, especially since I played them back to back, they kind of are. They kind of are on the same wavelength at the very least. They're like.
I mean, one is a direct sequel to the other.
Yeah, it's more than that. It feels like not even like the fact that they're direct sequels, because like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time are direct sequels. Well, Majora's Mask is a
I
direct
was about to
sequel.
say
to
they
Ocarina
could
of Time,
not be
rather.
on more different wavelengths.
But they are very different experiences and take place in very different worlds. These two are very similar and feel like a natural extension of each other.
Now, I do have to
Yeah.
say, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have a very different take on loneliness, because Tears of the Kingdom really goes out of its way to give you friends. And I do
Yeah,
feel like that is not... Like, the fact that you only have basically your 4 friends in in Breath, is like... it is a thing, so to speak. Whereas
Yeah, I would say
in-
Tears of the Kingdom isn't about loneliness even.
no,
Like,
it
as
isn't at
far
all.
as
And
themes go,
Tears
Breath
wants
of the
to
Wild is
remind
absolutely
you-
about loneliness. Tears of the Kingdom, not so much.
Yeah, no. Excuse me. Breath wants you to know you're alone. Tears really doesn't. Like, it very much wants you to know, like, friends are just a phone call away, basically.
The world has changed.
Yeah, well, and that's a significant thing, and that is, I feel like that is a major part of the different feel of those two games, because, like, when you come up on like an enemy camp in, I keep doing it wrong, in Breath, it's like you're the only person that can make sure these moblins or whatever do not invade the local town. I do feel like in Tears, like, if you don't take care of it, somebody else will, and that isn't a bad thing.
Not only that, in some cases, you can literally come up on a platoon of people already taking care of it.
Yeah.
And your thing is, I guess I'll just help them out, you know? I guess I'll just,
Yeah,
I'll just kick in.
100% a thing that happens, and an important thing that happens. That, like,
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking, I do feel like it's so weird to get the subtitles mixed up. In Breath of the Wild, I genuinely feel like Link is the only thing standing between complete disaster and the world being a better place. Whereas in Tears of the Kingdom, I honestly do feel like if Link died, like, they might be able to pull this one off on their own.
Okay, see, that's kind of a weird thing about Breath, because Link is, he's Link. He's obviously the hero of legend. He's obviously the one who's going to fix shit. But in Breath, nobody knew who Link was. Everywhere he went, he was an absolute stranger. Like, four people and all the Zoras, because the Zoras lived 300 years. They were all like, "Oh, hey, Link,
Yeah,
how are
welcome
you?
back, dude.
Wait a
Where have
second.
you been?"
Didn't you die a century ago? I'm pretty sure healings don't last that long. What's going on here?
Just built different, guys.
I'm just built different, yeah. But like part of like the theme of Breath was that Link was absolutely a dead man in a dead world. Everything he knew, everything like in his life had already passed on. He literally wakes up in a coffin, and like one of the first big things you can do in the game is visits the dead king at his own grave. That's just the kind of game Breath is. Tears of the Kingdom, by contrast, is weirdly much more hopeful. Everything has been rebuilt. Like, everything that you see is actually, like, there's actual movement and progress towards people, like, being able to live and exist and thrive even.
And put out a newspaper.
Yeah, you can even, they have journalism again. Journalism is pretty high up on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. like that's a sign of a civilization that is actually alive.
Yeah, no, agreed. And that's the thing. Like I said, I feel like somehow that world, if Link somehow like fell off of the skyship and hit the ground at 1,000 miles an hour, which is something I did to Link, and I apologize. But if Link died, I do feel like they'd be able to pull it off in his absence. I do not feel that about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. But like the thing about Breath of the Wild is nobody knows he's doing it. And the thing about Tears of the Kingdom is that like not only does everybody sort of know he's doing it, but like they like him. And not even because he's like the legendary hero. They like him because he's Link. They see him and they're like, "Oh, hey, Link, how are you doing?"
He's just a swell guy.
Yeah, they're just like, "Oh, hey, I remember you, Link. Yeah, you helped me out a little while ago." There's an entire side quest about how Link can just hang out with the guy he helped get married last game.
Yeah, that's true. Helps him get a house.
Yeah, helps him get a house, and
Because Zelda took over his house.
And the second, I think the implication there is that Link and Zelda are definitely an item.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what happens when you're dating and moving together.
I really enjoy it. It's like an invention of Twitter fan art, but I love the idea that somebody realizes that in order for the Hylian line to continue, Link and Zelda actually do have to reproduce at some point. And suddenly, the frickin' team...
You're talking about the comic where it's like Zelda, like, sort of like low-key panicking over like, well, I guess we should get married, and Link, meanwhile, thinks they've been married for 4 years.
Yes, exactly. Link's like, wait, I thought we already did that.
And that fits this Zelda and this Link.
Yeah. Like Link being a total wife guy. I mean, you're supposed to imprint onto Link. So when I see Link, I'm like, yeah, that's a total wife guy.
Oh, he is, 100%.
Would this Link ever say, "Excuse me, princess"?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
this Link doesn't talk.
He has too much respect.
Yeah. This Link, upon like his wife being annoyed, would be like, "Oh no, what did I do wrong?"
I promise I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll try to be better. How many fucking missiles do you have to shoot to open one of these doors? This
5.
That is absolutely nuts.
It's the same as it's always been.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was. Wow, so like you're just taking all these shots as you shoot?
That's kind of just how boss fights go in this game.
No, that's fair and all. So wow, like the redesigned Kraid is huge compared to that Kraid.
Oh yeah, well I've always
that
said
grade is a baby.
redesigned
He's a tiny
Kraid
babby.
is like he gained 3 billion pounds and lost all of his hair. Like it really sucks for him.
You have to be a ball to.
Crate
Oh,
to retrieve.
Dude, that didn't work. How did that not work?
Yeah, like this sucks, man. Like
He could bomb jump.
he could,
Well,
but he's too.
Kind of.
I mean, could he? Here's the question: Can you
I
goggle
believe he
bomb?
has it in him.
Do you have it in you, goggle bomb?
I'm getting this goddamn heat tag. Ah!
But like, no, back to Tears of the Kingdom / Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was kind of interesting to me in that it was about a dead guy in a dead world, or very close to dying world. It was because it absolutely was an apocalypse scenario. It was literally the world ended and just sort of kept going for 100 years, like post civilization. The few areas that weren't like totally devastated are kind of almost alive. I
mean,
guess.
it's very much post-apocalypse versus post-post-apocalypse.
Yeah. And
many
but like Tears of the
apocalypses
Kingdom
are we
is a world that's coming back to life. And a Link that has come back to life. And like has things like friends and people who know him and people who like him. And as such, like, instead of it just being like him because there's nobody else who can do it, there's loads of people who can do it. And like when he goes to a place, it's not like, who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? It's always, oh hey Link, it's been a minute. How you been? How's the princess doing?
I do like
Yeah.
when he shows up for at basically Gerudo Town, or however it's pronounced. Like, basically half the town reacts like, there's our guy! Like, where you been?
No, like all the other people, like, because the only people like in like Breath of the Wild who knew he was a dude were like Riju and her guard. And like a few other people like saw right through him immediately and were like, yeah, you're not fooling anyone, buddy. Maybe you tricked some of these people who have literally never seen a guy, but like, I know who the fuck you are.
I was gonna say what was it? The people in the bar that was selling whatever it was.
Oh,
The-
no,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this in Breath of the Wild, if you do the quest where you gotta like carry an ice cube to them, like the older lady running that shop will be like there to meet you out front, and she'll be like, oh, I sort of thought you were a guy. Whatever. Like if you're not wearing the Gerudo set, she'll just be like, yeah, okay, sure, that tracks. Not gonna question it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I got this. In retrospect, this was obvious. I apologize.
In retrospect, this was obvious. There's like there's also like an older woman near the goddess statue who like sees you and immediately goes, "What's a guy doing here?" And like Link was like, she's like, "It's cool. I'm not gonna tattle. I'm not a narc."
Beautiful one.
Okay, so we now have officially defeated Mother Brain's whole 2 henchmen. It is time to...
It's kind of a rinky-dink space pirate operation, to be fair.
I mean, legitimately, this was even before we had, like, an identifiable space pirate enemy, and, like, those previously mentioned Captain N comics and whatever, like, definitely made a point of the fact that, like, what we all thought was a space pirate was, like, just, like, those hopping things.
Wait, that's supposed to be a space pirate?
I mean, that was the best we had. Like, there was...
That was all we could afford.
Yeah, that was it.
It's what we got. Fuck you.
And I'm still, like, reeling it. Like, I was looking up fucking old D&D rules, and my mind was destroyed by the concept of how fucking exceptional strength works. I will never get over this.
Oh, the
How does exceptional
18
strength work?
percentage.
18
or whatever.
/ percentage.
I don't know what that means. Yeah, explain it to me as you would a child.
In old D&D games,
All right.
your maximum stat for a stat was not 20, it was 18, because it was the result of rolling 3 6-sided dice.
Okay.
For every stat, except a fighter who rolled an 18 for strength. If that happened, they would be considered to have exceptional strength, and they had to roll like the equivalent of one 100-sided die to determine what percentile of exceptional strength they had. There were
Oh, I remember that, because you can have like 18/99 strength. or
yeah. The actual best roll was actually 18/00 because that represented 18/100. But this just profoundly arbitrary thing that only functions for strength, only for fighters, and like is given how original D&D rules work was never ever going to happen. But it's in the rules, and you get like massive bonuses just for even having any sort of anything on the exceptional strength table. Like the difference, if you could choose not to roll this, but the difference between 18 flat and 18/01 is immense.
Damn, and you can't be like immensely beautiful or whatever.
There are no other stats that have an exceptional attribute. Only strength does this, and only for fighters.
So what? You can't be immensely charismatic? Or?
No, there is no immense charisma.
And
It's
to
like
make this
in real
even
life.
worse, I was gonna say, to make this even worse, there are sometimes or some rules that would state that whatever you'd roll first would be your strength, and then your dex,
Yeah.
and your con. So if
Yeah,
you didn't roll an 18 on that first roll, you never were going to be an 18 strength fighter.
Yeah, because original D&D had like very strange, very stringent rules about character generation, and the rules, if you were following them to the letter, said that the first roll that you got was strength, and then it went down like the traditional list, so it was strength, dex, con, int, whiz, charisma, and you just took whatever those were, and because characters sort of had to be able to qualify for a class, it was possible to make a character that kind of couldn't be anything. Because they had just rolled so poorly.
I do love the idea of like a character in like, you know, a fantasy party off to save like the world from the fucking Dark Lord or whatever, who is just a guy. Who is just like, just whoever.
Just the guy stats
Some
were
dude.
definitely possible. And also, like, original D&D, that had, like, ridiculous encumberment, like, qualifications or whatever, didn't it?
I mean,
Yep.
ridiculous blank is going to be true of original D&D.
It was a very hateful game.
In many ways. In so many ways.
I do like the idea
It did not
of a
think
game
much of
that just
women or
allows
other
for-
races.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
well,
women
the
were always
racist
weaker.
shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't aware we were getting into racism discussion. All right, that's
Yeah,
That's
original
different.
D&D definitely has some just like straight up racism.
Orcs are always evil. Same with Dark Elves.
Yeah, always chaotic evil. The phrase originates from that.
sort of
Their
true,
initial
but,
attempt
like,
to
damn.
paper over that is incredible, because their initial attempt to fix that was to just replace it with usually chaotic evil.
wow.
But there
Yeah,
are
I
some
can
good
see how that
ones.
would solve it.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
normally chaotic evil.
traditionally chaotic evil. But yeah,
You don't understand. Chaotic evil is a big part of their culture.
But yeah, I'm
There's
pretty
some
sure that-
firebrands who like disagree, but you know,
Why do you think it's
Usually.
bad? Maybe it's something wrong with you.
maybe
But
you're the
yeah,
one who's
there's,
got a fucking problem.
But yeah, as mentioned, since women were female characters were guaranteed to be weaker than men, I don't think any of the rules for exceptional strength apply to them.
Fuck. Like,
Deeply regressive. Moving on. But
Do they get like a correspondent, like where they always
No!
some charisma or something?
I believe they're
just
I believe they're
lazy.
slightly more likely to be better at something.
like okay, like you see
whiz
like weird
stats or
sexism
something?
in like character selection in like 90s video games all the time. Like the the guy character, like in any case where you can pick between the guy character and the girl character, the guy character will have like 2 extra health dots, but the girl character will have like a way fucking higher jump.
A fun fact.
They
I
didn't
believe-
like do that or anything like that.
Fun fact, I've heard that the original design documents for Chun-Li were going to give her less health than the other characters. Because,
She does have less health than the other characters.
Awesome.
She was going to be weaker than the other characters, which is what they went away from.
Excuse me.
I mean, doesn't like Akuma have less health than other characters too?
Eventually, yes, that because they moved away from the idea that it was a mark of her being a woman and just because she's kind of smaller, and that became kind of how they do things in future ones. Because you'll get huge dudes like
Fusionist has
Abigail.
never meant good at taking a hit.
Yeah,
That's
but in
in
general,
real life.
yeah, I'm just saying in general in Street Fighter, as is often with Street Fighter, they'll start with an extremely offensive idea and then find that offensive idea too limiting and eventually make something that isn't offensive anymore. And
Almost as
the
if by
way,
accident.
yeah, and the way Street Fighter is handled health is that, because originally it was just oh, the ladies, they're frailer so they get less health, and then it was wait a minute, it's really restrictive if all the dudes have the same amount of health, especially if we've got someone like Akuma running around. He's really fucking strong, so let's just make it so he has kind of a glass jaw. And then eventually it sort of morphed into just oh, huge dudes have a little more health. Not a ton, just a little.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That tracks with real life mostly. Mostly.
Huge
So you
dudes
get
are hard.
Abigail and he'll have oh, he has 1100 health, whereas the average is 1000, and then Akuma has 850 and Chun has 900.
Does that make Marissa the most progressive character design in 6?
Probably, yes.
Which one's Marissa? I always forget.
Marissa's the huge
Muscle
one.
lady.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
The Gladiator.
I mean, I think everybody loved Marissa just because, she's a brick shit house. And, it's weird if you don't like the brick shit house. What the fuck's
I
wrong
don't
with you?
think there's
She
anyone
plays like a brick shit house too.
It is a
she
nightmare to get
touches
hit
you
by her.
and you
Yeah, when
die.
that punch comes coming at you,
You just
it's
melt.
you just deal with it.
But yeah, I think in general, I don't think there's anyone in 6 that people are have really not taken to.
I mean, 6 from, I still haven't played it. I'm terrible. But,
You should pick it up. We can play it together.
You've seen
from
a lot of
everything
it.
I've seen, 6 is just, a really fucking good game in general.
Yeah, no, you can.
I have yet to see a choice that 6 has made that hasn't made me go, yeah, that's a bad choice. They all seem like good choices so far.
Yeah.
You're all good
There's
players, Brett.
there's nothing I have seen that has made me go, oh, I don't feel like that was a great decision. Because
Okay, wait.
as far as I can
Hold
tell,
up on the Street Fighter conversation while she's on the screen. Okay, Mother Brain. Am I the
Mother
only one
Brain.
that only ever
Your
sees,
favorite Aurora unit?
the eyeball of a worm in what is effectively her brainstem or the rear? As
Worms
opposed
I've
don't have
never even
eyeballs,
attempted to parse this
fucking
sprite.
idiot.
Yeah.
I never see the eyeball that's in the front, on the NES.
Oh no, it glows and blinks. there.
Eyeball? Did they just? I don't see any eyeballs at all. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's white and black if you look at it.
In the back?
No, in the front.
in the front, right?
No, the one in the front there. It's kind of like
I
Oh, the one that's flashing right now? Sure, I guess I
Yeah.
see that as an eyeball.
Yeah, I've never even
yes.
attempted to parse this sprite.
Yeah, it's a really weird sprite.
Make a brain, and it's kind of that's a big worm. I'm sorry.
Make a brain now, declare it someone's mother.
Yeah, the brain is not your mother. Deal with it.
I was gonna say that was what other M did.
Her mother. But to finish out my glorious D&D round, like all I could think while like parsing through like exceptional strength and the ever classic like Thaco is this is why you don't do math. You don't come up with math problems while drunk.
I mean, typically, yes.
Because you make just nonsensical shit like, oh, good high numbers are good in every context except defense.
Wait, what?
To hit armor class 0 refers to the fact that like you want lower armor classes.
I don't.
You want negative armor class.
Yeah, the highest armor class is -10.
What the
For the best armor classes.
Yeah.
The highest.
I don't. What's the logic here? Is it like subtracting from
There
the
isn't.
attack that hits you? Or...
It's like DEFCON 1.
I don't understand.
It's baffling. Nothing else in the game works like that. It's not clear why that's the only thing that works like that.
Like, I could see, like, the stupid drunk explanation being, oh, well, see, the armor, the attack is positive, so therefore the defense is negative.
You end up
to
subtracting
the
negative
attack.
numbers a lot in this.
Okay, whatever. But, like, there you go. Great, you fulfilled your mission! Good
Like
job!
the other Metroid.
Up! Oh, it was a hot chick all along.
Hey!
The pretty lady is waving at you.
So, Goggobob, it's only 10:17.
Time to start Metroid 2.
Actually, I was going to suggest trying, just for like a few minutes, just to show off the immediate obvious differences, the hack that I dug up.
Yes, I have it prepared and ready. I'm just allowing the credits to roll so that way we
No,
can
of course.
see
I just
zero
wanted to, like,
Samus.
because like it listed a whole bunch of things, and I'm kind of interested to see
It's
what
Tanaka.
like the modern hacker would add
Look
to
at
Metroid.
Tanaka. Sometimes known as Chip Tanaka.
Oh yeah, Hip Tanaka.
When he's doing deliberate chiptune throwbacks, he goes by Chip Tanaka.
That is actually sick as hell. I love
And
Chip
also,
Tanaka.
Pen from Neon Genesis Evangelion is thanked, so that's interesting.
Don't bring bad things into this.
Can't believe Fanboy would be persecuted for his correct opinion.
Oh. Now I'm just imagining Shinji standing over Samus's bed. And,
No!
No! Why would you? No!
I hate Eva so
Okay,
much.
so in any case, Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I just want to change the subject.
please do.
Of course you do.
I for some reason rolled up a fighter in
Yoko.
Yokoi, yeah.
Good job.
I rolled up a fighter in the original Baldur's Gate, and I've been fascinated by what a weird primitive video game it is.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the Warlocracy video on that one. I've been just binging his stuff lately. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's a great one to throw on in the background. Just he's got well considered positions.
Yeah.
Just
Do
it's
you
not
like
a
that?
thing
I
I'm
wanna-
used to saying about YouTube mans.
I'm sorry, Jeannie, you were saying?
Do you like me that? I'm kind of in the mood for something new to watch.
Oh, Warlock.
Yeah, sure. I'll link you up right now. Just
Okay.
2 seconds.
If you like videos about
just
weird
send
old
you
Use
his-
the
computer
Twitch
RPGs.
chat. Make the
I'll
Twitch
just
chat
send-
relevant.
I'll just send you his main YouTube if that's all right with you.
Damn it.
I will use the Twitch chat.
Hooray!
Bob. You're welcome.
But yeah, if you like videos about like weird old PC RPGs and sometimes the
he's.
weird modding communities around them.
Oh yeah, he does almost exactly as much of weird modding communities as he does weird like official games. And honestly, like his takes on the weird modded games are often very interesting too.
Oh yeah, no, it's fascinating to just hear about like the madness of the like Eastern Bloc Fallout modding scene.
Oh yeah, like he has a lot of great stuff on that.
I think my favorite of the weird mods is still the Emba 5 Morrowind one.
Oh, for sure. And his like really liked his Fallout Sonora one too. That one was great.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah. He also like occasionally covers like really, really weird Soviet games.
Yeah.
I think his one on Planet Alcatraz
Oh, I love that one.
is just fucking amazing because It's a really deep look into a really terrible creation that is a very rare instance of essentially, I believe you described it as a Russian QAnon art.
Yeah, as he puts it, the Siloviki do not normally make art.
Yeah. It's incredible. So I do hope you enjoy it, Jeannie.
Okay. Appreciate it. Give me something to watch tonight as I go to bed.
Beat, if you haven't watched them, the Stalker videos are also kind of interesting because
Oh yeah, because he goes
sort of
into like all the context of like
the way
the whole,
that like
culture that grows up around them.
yeah, and also just the notion of like how the development of the long-awaited sequel has like been affected by the difference of how like Ukrainian people see themselves as being separate from Russian culturally over time.
They are separate from Russians.
Yeah, but I mean in terms of like they didn't always see themselves that way.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.